Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 161 of Trials and Trebuchets. I'm your Dungeon Master, Luke, and joining me are my players whose names are as follows.
Hi, my name is Ben, and I play the level 8 gnome wizard Windsor Wallaby, along with his cuddly little companion, Mr. Wiggles. I am currently the puppet master for Paddleball Boy.
Paddle Boy!
Paddle Boy.
Boy-yo-yo-yoing.
Hello, I'm Carla, and I play the level 8 Tiefling Roguelike Integrity Adelberry. Do you know where the Orb of Might is? It's in the Under Campus. This is my friend Paddleboy. Come on, Vominos! Everybody, let's go!
Oh my god.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I play Mira Marchand, the level 8 half-elf bard. It's midnight and we're all alone, an undersoul search for the stone. We're dead at Wildcliff School. Now the Lady of the Woods wants to speak, and Sari and Philip looking bleak. We're dead at Wildcliff School.
That was
Damn. Hi, my name is Sam, and I play the level 8 human sorceress Sarah Nebsinderman. And welcome back to Wildcliff, where nothing heartbreaking has taken place. We're all doing great stuff right now. Nothing sad, all happy.
We're all good here.
And last time on Trials and Trebuchets, Winslow Wallaby took a quick and quite lawful trip to the library before sending a chaperone, the alluded to Paddleboy, to watch over Integrity Idleberry on her under-campus orb quest. During this time, a half-asleep and sharply dressed Mira Marchand argued with Adeline on her way to an audience with the Lady of the Woods in the infirmary. Finally, Serenepth Cinderman snuck out from the careful guard around her room in order to swear to Philip Maisel that they would find some way to be with one another before the end. I added that last bit. It's a bit
Jesus, it's so
editorialized,
dark.
but,
The
you know.
He's thinking who he should kill first.
I
That's the
am.
plan.
I was undecided, and I hoped I would make my mind up.
Look at me, I'm knitting.
We see an orange tiefling wearing some sneaky clothes, standing next to a small animated paddle ball. Is that the actual name of that thing, or are
What,
we
the
just going
toy?
wild? Yeah,
It's called
right?
a paddle ball.
Okay, a small paddle ball. It has little flimsy legs and flimsy arms and a doofy little smiley face on its handle. It holds in its hands a little red paddle, or the ball to which it is attached, and you might paddle with it if you were to play with it. However, it is alive and animated. Ben, you'll be playing the paddle boy.
Well, of course I'll be playing paddle boy.
Of course you'll be playing the paddle boy.
It's my paddle boy.
And of course, Integrity Idleberry will be played by Integrity Idleberry.
As always.
As always, you two are descending in this stone elevator, kind of a squarish thing. It descends slowly into the ground. You feel the cold air rush up to meet you, the stale air almost. And as you descend to that layer, which Integrity you are kind of familiar with, you've been here once before in your life, you find yourself in a hallway in the undercampus. There are rooms on the left and on the right that you could investigate, or if you are of a single mind, Integrity Idleberry, you might proceed straight down this hallway, which is flat for a few feet, maybe 50-ish feet, and then curves slowly down into the mountain further. That is where, if you recall, there is a bucket puzzle and then a steel grate with a bunch of pebbles beneath it. So you tell me, what are you doing?
At this point, is there the waterfall? Because we solved the puzzle.
Correct.
So is it...
You do not hear any rushing water, nor do you smell the smell of gross old dingy water. You just smell the stale mountain air, that a bit cold in your lungs as you breathe in and out.
Okay. I think I'm just going to go for it. And I will try to wall climb down.
So you hurry forwards to a archway, one which historically had water pouring down in front of it, but now is unveiled. You look into a tall, rectangular room. You see floating platforms here. You see a few doorways as well, one of which you would recognize. It has brownish yellow stones embedded in the stone around it. But at the very and then there's two others that I can describe if you want. And at the very bottom of this chamber, this puzzle chamber, you see that steel grate I had just referenced. And as you stand here for a few moments, contemplating how to make your approach, the paddle boy, the animated paddle ball, hustles to catch up with you. I assume paddle boy,
Well,
unless
of course.
paddle boy is doing. Of course.
He was entrusted with
so-
a task, and therefore he must carry it out diligently. I
What is paddle boy doing while Integrity contemplates what to do?
think it might climb up on her shoulder.
Oh, okay.
Aw.
Integrity, you stop here and are looking kind of like down over the edge to see if there's a way for you to just kind of clamber down easily without falling. And you feel like a light pulling on your robes and you look over and see this small paddle ball animated with legs and hands and a silly face pulling itself up your back and onto your shoulder.
Aw. Okay.
Would you like to just clamber down, or would you like a full description of those other two doorways?
I am actually curious about those two doorways because we didn't see them before, right? Because
That's
there was
correct.
the waterfall.
There was water, and you were all on a single-minded, focused mission, and totally that's the only reason you didn't notice them. There was never any person who just forgot to describe things. It was totally just single-mindedness. Blinders on. Nonetheless, Integrity Idleberry, with there being no water, it's very simple for you to look around. There's two other doors. One has a reddish stone embedded around it in a reddish gemstone embedded in
Okay.
the walls here, almost like glimmering and glinting. And there's another doorway. Both of these are on like this top layer, you see. One on your left and one on your right, let's say. One is red, has red gemstones around it, and the other, Integrity Idleberry, has a green gemstone embedded in the stone around it.
Okay.
You know there to be one with brownish yellow stones below, and then of course there's the jade donut glowing beneath all of this, below, near that grate. Would you still like to clamber down?
I am actually curious as to where that goes,
Fascinating.
but
Yes.
I think I'm gonna try and get the orb first.
Priorities are important, yes. So you would like to clamber down this ledge?
Yes, please.
Give me, in that case, an athletics check.
Let 18 plus 5. 23.
Phew.
Absolutely. You turn and begin to carefully, with calm precision, grab the cracks in the stone and lower yourself foot by foot by foot. It takes about a minute total, being careful and precise as you are. Especially being alone with only this paddle ball, you do not want to fall and hurt yourself. And so you reach the bottom soundly. You feel as though if you were a less skilled climber, that climbing up this kind of smoothed out wall would be harder. Nonetheless, you're at the bottom now. Beneath your feet, there is a satisfying clunk, clunk, clunk of your shoe upon the steel grate. It's almost like the floor beneath the grate funnels down to a small circle in the middle of the floor. Again, beneath the grate, out of your reach, and like a sewer grate you stand upon, right?
Yes.
Or a colander, if you recall that perfect description of it.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, in the center, where everything would funnel if there was still water, there's a green jade donut.
Okay.
A large stone through which the water would flow.
Delicious.
Through it, just barely in the darkness, you see large piles of pebbles, perfect looking for trapping souls and skipping across flat bodies of water.
And I just want to make sure there's absolutely no one here. Like, I
Give
can't
me
hear...
a perception check to hear anything that might be cracking around. Pebble Boy, or Paddle
Yes.
Boy, I apologize. Sorry. You might also give me a perception check as well.
Pebble Boy I don't think is good at perception, but we will give it a try.
I rolled a nat 1.
Paddleboy is the most perceptive person who's ever existed.
So
Paddle
that's
Boy has no
7.
eyes.
A 7, Paddle Boy.
Yes.
15.
Paddle Boy.
Yeah.
You hear the scurrying sounds. Your newly formed intelligent mind that can actually process some things doesn't quite know what that is, but you could try to point it out to your liege if you'd like.
Paddleboy will gently tug on Integrity's ear and like
Yes.
use one of his arms to like point in a general direction where
Yes.
he's hearing the sounds.
Paddleboy points below towards the pile of pebbles a little bit. He pulls on your ear, your kind of pointed ear a little bit, Integrity, and points down. With Paddleboy's expert assistance and keen senses, Integrity, you can look down and see glinting eyes that might belong to rodents, hiding off in the edges of the light below in the pebble pile.
Ugh.
Okay.
Oh shit, a rat.
What would you like to do to get around this grate, however, and descend?
I'm going to try and budge the jade donut.
So to budge the jade donut, you would have to lie on the ground and reach your arm fully through the grate. Only then would you be maybe able to reach it, if that makes sense. It's kind of like embedded in the stone under there, right?
Yeah.
Is that still something you would like to do?
Yes.
Absolutely. You sit, or you lie down on your tummy, stick your arm through one of these narrow grates, like the hole in this steel grate, up to your shoulder. You're reaching, and you feel your fingertips graze that jade stone, and you feel as soon as they like cross the threshold of the jade stone, Integrity, you feel your hands get really dry.
Ugh.
What the heck?
Would you like to continue messing with the jade donut?
I'm gonna pull my hand up, hand out.
You pull your hand out and examine your skin, and it seems dry, as
Okay.
if not moisturized in weeks. Like the skin is incredibly dried out, and even your like nails look a little bit more brittle.
Ooh, that's
Oh.
very weird. From this point of view, is the orb of might, like, can I visualize it or no?
No, it is not visible from this point of view for you nor Paddleboy.
Okay.
Paddleboy's actually blind.
Paddleboy is blind? Oh, damn.
Tiny servants have blind sight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can only see that which was within a few feet of you.
Mhm.
Fascinating.
So when you describe that it's dry, like, is it
Yes.
sort of like desert dry or hot
Give
dry?
give me either Arcana or medicine checks.
Both of which I'm not very good at. So if I do Arcana, I get 14.
Okay. A 14. It is like you didn't have enough. It is like how best to explain? Is it like desert dry? In what sense do you mean that? Could you explain?
I guess, like, I could imagine a difference between the dryness if something is being cooked.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I think that with a 14, it is almost as if you were some sort of magical field that you put your hand in, that you think that with a 14, it might cause serious harm to you if you were to put your full body through it. Almost like if you were to sit in one of those like hand dryers for like 3 hours or something like that, and it just would
Oh my
completely
God.
desiccate you, like a sponge pulled out of the water.
This doesn't help me at all.
It doesn't help you at all. I apologize. Roll better.
That's so rude.
You don't say. So the reason why I can't visualize it is because it's
It's a big room down there.
I'm way too high.
Yeah, it's a big room down there. Lots of pebbles. Who knows where it is in that little... It's like a bunch of sand dunes constructed solely of large skipping stones, Integrity. Little mountains. Like a dragon's hoard of gold, and it just forms into like beautiful mountains of gold and like the waves. It's like that, but pebbles down there, and it's dark.
Paddle boy, are you scared of the dark?
I think Paddleboy would sort of like give like a a quizzing look, almost like what the hell is dark?
Paddleboy looks at you, its blank little face, empty of knowledge of the darkness, integrity. You're not sure if that's confidence or idiocy.
That doesn't help at all.
He's got blindsided. I don't think
He's got blindsight.
I don't think he's
Yeah.
that scared of the dark because he can't see shit anyways. It's beyond 60 feet.
Just do what your heart tells you to do. Do something heroic and dramatic.
Listen to your heart. There's nothing else you can
Your heart
do.
says, go down there.
And okay, so I can pass through the grate or no?
You cannot. Your arm could, but not your body because you are a person. Paddleboy is small and he could be dropped easily through the grate.
Oh my god. Oh no.
I want to try something.
Okay.
I want to wrap my rope around an object that I have. Not Paddleboy. And I would
Okay.
like to try and fish down there.
Okay. What object do you wrap a rope around? Integrity's reached the experimental phase of puzzles. And it has only been 2 hours.
I am going to grab
Mm-hmm.
a cinnamon bun that I have in my pocket.
You pull a stale cinnamon bun from your pocket, wrap a rope around it, Integrity,
and then
you would like to drop it in as if a fishing lure through the jade donut.
Yes.
Mm.
And as I bring it down, I am going to bring it down either until the end of the rope is there or until I feel resistance.
You drop this rope, you let it slide through your hands slowly. You notice that when it goes through that jade donut, it shrivels a little, but does not go away. And it lowers further until you feel it kind of plonk against some stones below. A stone peak, a pebbly peak beneath you. Would you like to fish it back out, Integrity Idleberry?
Yes.
Level 8 fisherman?
Yes.
Level 8 fisher.
You pull the rope hard, putting your back really into it, and eventually this cinnamon bun returns to you. It is hard as a rock now, almost as if all moisture has been pulled out of it. It was already stale, but now it is worse. You could injure someone if you hit them over the head with this.
Why? Why did you put me first?
Just lower the boy in. He can do it. He can take care of this for you.
I don't want to
Poor
murder
Paddle
Paddleboy.
There are those 2 other doorways if you don't want to murder Paddleboy.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go for that.
Okay, you look at his dumb little face on your shoulder, smiling happily at you, and you think to yourself, I can't bear to kill this little man. And so you turn, you pull your rope back up, you put this rock-hard cinnamon bun into your pocket, you walk over to this slick stone wall, Integrity, and which door do you want to head to?
I'm going to go to the green one.
Excellent. Give me an athletics check then.
Green
To
for
climb.
go.
Green for go. To climb back. If Pebble Boy could speak, you think he would say green for go. And you can begin to climb up this wall towards it.
No joke, I got 17 plus 5. 22.
Okay. Perfect. You scuttle slowly, arms gripping onto the wall, feet clamoring for grip as you maneuver your way up this wall. This side seems a bit more rough, a bit better holds. You can catch your breath every now and again as you climb up this fairly steep precipice. And eventually you arrive at the top and can pull yourself bodily in through that green door, or the doorway, which has green stones encrusted into it. You find yourself looking at a nice carved stairwell going down,
Okay.
which you can quickly proceed forwards.
So how is it? So if I opened a door, that's the...
There's no door, it's just a doorway.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Yes, you pull yourself into the doorway, onto this ledge, and there is a stairwell that goes down.
Okay. And when I walk in, do I feel dry?
No, you do not.
Okay. I'm going to proceed with caution then.
You proceed with caution. Do
Because
you
I
want to
know that
draw-
I want to go down. So
do you want to
if
draw a
there's-
weapon?
Yes, please. I'm
Okay.
going to draw my J dagger, and on the
Ah.
other hand is my squall, please.
Okay, so 2 weapons out. No free hands. Perfect. You cautiously take steps down into the darkness, the stairwell lit dimly by these faintly glowing green gems. Meanwhile, in the infirmary,
Uh-oh. Oh, boy.
Here it comes.
Uh-oh.
Mira Marchand, you are dressed in a fun dress which your mother gifted to you. If I recall, it's the one with like wool or something around the sleeves. It's
Yes.
aquamarine, if I do recall.
Yes.
Yes, perfect. You've just
I'm
walked.
overcompensating.
You are overcompensating for your sleep-deprived state. Or rather, just the fact that you were just woken up, not a morning person. And so you've just been pushed into the infirmary. It is lonely in here. There's only 2 other people that you can see, one of whom is unconscious in a bed and looks quite sickly. The other is dressed in all golden regalia, almost as if the robes she wears are made of liquid gold themselves. The light shimmering in from the stained glass windows at the far end of the infirmary give this luminescence to Alla Algrim's current appearance. Even her hair seems to have a gleam to it, Mira. And she is staring down the end of her nose at Angelica Lindman in that bed. And the door slams behind you, and you take a couple scuffled steps in, and she'll turn and with daggers stare at you. No, sorry, there's been confusion about these things before. Her eyes stare at you. She does not have daggers, to be clear. It was a figure of speech.
Hey, I'm not Ben.
And she stares at you, not with an ill will, but just with that piercingness. Beautiful dress, Miss Marchand.
Okay, what's going on here? What do you need from me?
Adeline told me of what you felt necessary to share before the trial earlier, or before your meeting with the council earlier, of there being a creature beneath the school, that your friend here, or not your friend if I remember the wording precisely, a friend of a friend here wandered down there and fell into a deep sleep as a result of it. Is that true?
Well, I wasn't there when she wandered down, but I can't imagine it doesn't have something to do with all of this. So yeah, I think that's right.
You weren't there, but do you know what happened?
Sort of. She had this talisman thing, that, I had found, and I left it there, and I think she went down, she wanted to do well, I guess, in the duel, and she went down to get it, and I think that's what did this to her.
Why did nothing happen to you?
Well, it did. When I put it on, I got a vision of, I don't know how much you know about Shiora, but,
Her face lightens up in a way you've not seen, Mira, and she will
Hate
close
that.
her eyes and nod deeply.
I am really Nesca the whole time.
Carry on.
Okay. Well, it was a vision of Shiora and some kind of sacrifice thing. And so I had that vision, but I felt very like not great after that, and so I'm guessing maybe she wasn't able to withstand it, or I don't know, I wasn't there, but I'm assuming it's all Shiora related, everything, the snake and everything, so it's
Yes.
that.
So you're stronger than this girl here. And she points like a lazy finger at Angelica Lindman in the bed, unconscious.
I don't really know if I would say that. I don't know how to measure it, but
I mean, you received a vision from old Shiora, as it were, and did not succumb to any illness. And yet this girl who succumbed to what you say is the same thing, or what you assume to be the same thing, is lying here, dead to the
Right.
world. Not dead, sorry.
Well, I guess that's true. But why am I here? Because if you just need me to tell you about Shiora, I mean, I told you what I know. I told you about the snake. I told you about that.
And that's all you know of old Shiora?
Why do you want to know?
Make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh,
God.
God. Oh, no.
Okay, I'm gonna try the new dice tower that I myself have made in my pottery class, and I'm gonna try it with this die that my partner gave me.
Oh, it's gonna be such a nice sound.
It shot it out of there, but I rolled a 10, and I got, what do I have to wisdom saves? Nothing. That's a 10.
Oh,
so I'm sure I
no.
Okay.
Oh, no.
When Algrim asks, and that's all you know of Shiora, what does Mira's mind jump to?
I think her mind would jump to Terrassus and the snake arm and speaking with Terrassus.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
You feel a presence not of your own push into your mind and peek at that thought as Algrim casts Detect Thoughts on you.
What's in here?
Yes, you see
What a
her
creep.
eyes glaze over slightly as she does this, Mira, and you go, what? And she'll say, Empress Terrassus. Fascinating. Snake arm? What is the deal? What's...
What?
And she'll walk towards you now, not
Uh-oh.
breaking eye contact, and reach out and say, may I see your arm?
Last time I had this conversation with someone, I didn't have one anymore, so I would really like to know why, please.
I have a personal fascination with the origins of this school. This year has been something of an anomaly in terms of the number of incidents involving what we can only tell to be a great evil contained here. You seem to be at the crossroads of many of those, Mira Marchand.
Well, I mean, I guess that's true, but I'm actively trying to become less involved in it. I've been planning on, just saying, hey, leave me out of this. So this is not something that I want to be a part of.
But no one's a
and
larger expert than you, no?
Probably
Who seems
not.
to know names of empresses long forgotten, the names of empires long forgotten.
That's probably true, but that's not something that I'm interested in being a part of anymore. This is look here, and I'm going to roll up the sleeve of my left aquamarine dress arm, and I will show her the Shiora tattoo with the tattoo of Kurogami resting atop it.
Yes, mostly finished tattoo
Yes,
of Kurogami
the
resting
little
upon it.
details remain to be seen.
Take my arm. I don't want it anymore.
She won't touch it, but she does reach out and comes within inches of grabbing your arm fully, and her eyes are peeled away from yours for a few moments as they just examine it. And she doesn't smile. The face barely changes. It just seems to be an inherent fascination. And she'll say, so you don't want anything to do with any of this? Not even from an intellectual perspective, not even from the perspective of preventing further harm to the people of this school?
Oh, I mean, if it's between preventing further harm and being involved, then obviously, but if there was a way not to have anyone be harmed and to not be involved, then of course I would take it, because I really just, I can't do this, and I've tried to tell her, I've tried to say I don't want to be a part of this, but she doesn't want to
Spoken with
listen.
her?
Yes, multiple times, but recently it's been,
How?
she just, I don't know, it just happens.
It just happens.
The first time was when I was down there, and I just felt my arm kind of be becoming like this, and then a few days later, I was just talking to my friend Alina, and it just happened in my head, and then I was asleep one time, and then I touched a dagger one time, and it happened, and then lately it's been happening for seconds at a time, and then it'll go away, and it hasn't been, I have plans to distill, we found this, we were planning on distilling a compound that should allow us to speak to her more directly, so that I can have a proper conversation and say, hey, I want to be left out, but we haven't done that yet, and it's still being made, and hopefully after winter break it'll be done.
Where is it?
It's still in progress, but it's at someone's house.
Whose home?
Oh, no.
I don't really, want her involved in this anymore. She's already been through a lot, and I don't know if I can show you the dust itself. I can take you down, and I can show you the actual orchid dust.
I have no interest in going anywhere. Mira Marchand, you said that if you had to choose between not being a part of this or no one getting hurt or harm coming to anyone else from this, you'd rather no one else be harmed, yes?
Of course.
And she'll pull her hands away from you now and kind of put them back into her robes, stowing them away almost. And she'll look at you, trying to weigh you up and down almost, and will say, do you intend to stay at this school for the near future?
Yeah. Well, the whole hearing was, the next 4 years, or 3 years, I guess now. That was the plan.
Any longer than that?
I mean, I didn't plan on doing the 8 years. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. I don't want to say
If
never,
I
but...
asked it of you, would you?
What for?
I have no attendance at this school any longer. The one incompetent fool I did have had himself turned into a pebble.
Loser.
Whoops.
And was none too subtle about gathering information on this matter either.
God, this is a creep.
You seem to take a much more secret approach, which I prefer. It's not so obvious in the light of day what you are doing. I don't think anyone else knows what your role in all of this is, Mira Marchand. I would ask that you act as one of my attendants here at Wildcliff for the duration of your stay.
Oh.
You'll have all powers entrusted to me and act as an extension of myself. All I ask is that you investigate this further. If you are to find anything, to report it to myself, and that you come to Ophelion once annually for a small gathering. You'll be
what
compensated.
happens if I say no?
If you say no.
If I say no.
If you say no. That would be unfortunate. Adeline is outside, and no one else is here.
Okay, I see how it is. What do you want with all of this? I mean, I understand that you're fascinated with it, but look, as far as we understand it, there's some kind of being killed everyone in Shiora, and if things keep going the way they do, I want to make sure that thing can never come back, and it can never hurt us like it killed, the Shiorans, and I don't know what you want with this information, so can you just give me something, please?
We both have a shared interest in that, then. There was legends old, I don't know if you've ever heard of this, from the elven side of your family, passed down through migration across oceans, of lands accursed by gods with blights, whole cities dying out in mere moments, in mere days even. I came to this continent before those times and just heard it through tales spread wide and far, and read in a book when I was a younger woman some parcel about Shiora. I'm sure the book is no longer in existence, but the information rests in my head. A great calamity that befell them. It sounds quite similar to what happened in folk tales, and so I have no interest in it happening to us here. And if that evil rests within this school, I have no interest in it ever leaving the school.
May I insight check all Algrim, please?
You might insight check all Algrim.
Thank you. That is a 16 plus whatever my insight, that is a 3, that is a 19 in this insight check.
What do you want from this insight check, mostly?
I mean, I want to assess her truthfulness, and I also want to, if there's anything that I can glean about what specific area of interest she might be taking in this, what her angle is here.
When she mentions the not dying portion, not escaping, that seems very superficial. It seems that is a truthful statement, but that is lacking in depth that she would be otherwise willing to provide. Almost as if she begins to open her mouth and then catches herself and says, I don't wish it to escape and cause any harm in the present time.
Okay, you don't want it to escape the school, but what do you want to see something happen here? Because if it's just a matter of studying this thing, like, what do you want?
What do I want? I want Mira to live forever without any harm coming to myself or the elven people. It's a simple goal. I surround
Like-
myself with attendants who seek to escape their own mortalities or prevent the mortal danger to others. I think a goal which you share with us. You said yourself you wish no harm to come to the people here at this school, yes?
Right?
Then I see you as a steward of them, a steward of Wildcliff, an attendant of the Lady of the Woods.
Are you talking about ascending?
What do you mean by that?
Immortality. Are you looking for some way to become unmortal?
She'll smirk at you and say, there are methods already that we know of which can do such things that some attendants have played with. Is this another route?
Maybe. I don't know enough about it. The
Could you
person who told
find
me
out?
about it. Possibly.
Hmm.
But the person who told us about it is dead, so...
That makes difficulties. All Shiorans are dead, and yet still you find ways to speak with them, though, Mira.
Well, Empress Terrassus is some kind of ghost or some kind of spirit. But I don't know if she's even in our plane, or how she's really able to speak with us. But, okay, you talked about compensation. Can you tell me more about that?
What would you like? What seems fair to trade for this?
I want tuition for myself, for Delmas, and for Winsler.
The gnome.
Yeah. He owes a debt to the school. I want that eliminated. And I want to make sure it's not something he has to worry about anymore.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Sorry, the debt to the school, the gnome still has to pay up.
That's a 9 plus 8. That's a 17.
Oh.
I'm gonna cry.
Will the gnome help?
Oh no.
Whenever we've been faced with stuff like this, he helped. He helped us kill Nesca. So if there's any danger to the school or to any of us, we all have each other's back.
Neil.
I think that Mira does, but she's not looking down. She's meeting all Algrim's gaze the whole time, very,
Perfect.
very steadily.
Staring Contest 2.0.
Perfect. In the light, that stained glass light, the moonlight rather, pouring in through the stained glass, illuminates your face, Mira, and Alla Algrim's face as well. The two of you lock eyes as you descend to one knee and then the other, still meeting her gaze. She will proclaim, Mira Marchand, here unto your death, I declare you attendant to the Lady of the Woods. I bestow upon you all powers and titles granted to me, and that you might act in my name without my presence. I grant you the protections of myself and of all other attendants. Should any person or parties seek to do you harm, I swear to act as a shield on your behalf. And she will pull a thread or pull a hair from her head, Mira, a golden hair, and will hold it out in her hands and kind of start grinding it with her fingers, almost like mushing it with her fingers, if that makes sense. Like you would do if there was a smudge of mud upon your hand. And then she will open her palm, which is now coated in a fine gold powder, and run her middle finger from the top of your forehead down through your eyebrows to the tip of your nose, and then down across your lips to your chin, leaving a streak of golden powder on your face. And she will say, "Rise, my attendant."
And I will rise.
Perfect.
Just like All Might shit.
Is this how we go down the villain arc simultaneously? Oh dear.
Mira did it for the sparkly blush.
Worth it.
Also for the not dying.
True,
The new
that's
makeup
also
palette
worth
was
it.
astounding.
What a fucking threat.
Like literally join me or fucking
Join me or die.
Yeah, literally. Join me or Adeline's gonna murk you.
Whoops.
As you stand, Mira Marchand, She will turn her eyes, not trying to even meet your gaze or be locked in this staring competition with you any longer,
You win.
and look at Angelica Lindman lying in the bed, and she will say, "Now, attendant of Wildcliff, what would you have done with this girl, as she cannot stay here in this bed any longer?"
Yeah, I mean, it's not looking like she's gonna get better, is it?
No, and it's far too obvious, in my opinion. Anyone who comes in looking would be able to catch scent of something.
Well, they shouldn't send her home because the little I know about her family suggests they don't want her. And she can't stay here. Well, the school year's about to end. Is there anyone in Ophelion who can take her for now and just look over her?
Could you not take her and look over her?
Um,
You are steward
mean-
of this place, after all. I just named you such.
yeah, but there's a school break and I'm gonna be in Troil, and I mean, I could take her with us to Troil, but I
Then
don't
take
know
her
how
with
well
you
that's...
to Troil.
Okay, I'll let my parents know she'll be staying with us for a week, but I've been really trying to convince them the school is safe, but
The school is safe, Mira Marchand.
they don't...
Would you
if they
like
see
me
somebody
to meet
who-
with them?
Oh no.
I don't think that would be a good idea.
No.
I'll figure... No, because you're a very intimidating person, so I think
I mean,
I'll
Mira's
talk
right.
to them.
Mira's right.
Very well. Regardless, take care of this girl somehow. I don't care how. Just get her out of here.
Okay. I'll bring her back to my dorm. Alina has seen enough weird stuff already.
Wonderful. Mira Marchand, this has been a pleasure. I hope that your efforts are fruitful and that the school flourishes under your watchful eye.
Thank you.
And if Adeline tries to be aggressive towards you once more, now that you're under my protection, please feel free to tell me. I am not a fan
you.
of infighting amongst my attendants.
Ooh.
That's gonna be.
I think Mira smiles and says, "Okay, I think I might take you up on that. Thank you."
And she will walk quietly out of the infirmary, leaving you to, I guess, wheel Angelica Lindman
Yeah.
out or just put her on your back, somehow get
Yeah,
her out.
I'll
of
wheel her
here.
out.
I
Okay.
thought she was asking you to kill her.
I mean, if that's one of the ways to take care of her,
That
then
was on the table.
yikes.
Making public enemy number
Meanwhile-
one.
Meanwhile, as Mira tends to Angelica Lindman in her unconscious state, wheeling the bed out of the infirmary through these double doors and across campus,
What?
we can flash back to our favorite tiefling walking down the stairs into darkness for 15, 20 minutes. You have keen mind. You know exactly how long it's been. You've gone down 1,800 stairs. And
Oh
since
my
you have been doing so
gosh.
cautiously, it has taken you roughly 13 minutes.
Okay.
But the next step brings you to level ground, and this hallway extends out in front of you, and you can see it expand into a great chamber. You see just beyond the precipice of the hallway, stones begin to litter the floor and to stack up into small piles. It seems that you have descended into the Pebble Room, Integrity. Paddle boy on your shoulder does a little happy jig as he knows not the severity of the situation he is in.
We did it.
You did it.
Okay. Visuals. Do I see a green orb?
A green orb or a yellow orb?
A yellow orb. A yellow
A
orb.
red orb.
The secret fifth orb!
Oh my gosh, it's
Secret
the red
fifth
one.
This one's made with blood. On first blush, from here, no. To find the orb, Integrity,
Yes.
to find the orb, Carla, you must enter into this room. Otherwise, there is no point to this search.
Okay. So I'm going to walk until I start to feel that dryness. Like, I don't know if there's like another arch that will signify
walk
that it's
To the end of this hallway,
okay.
just to the edge of this large pebbly room where dunes, piles, mountains of pebbles extend out in front of you, and you put a foot, a hand, whatever, through this archway and feel no such dryness, as there is no
Okay.
jade donut here.
Ooh, okay.
Damn, there's only one.
Only one jade donut remains.
Okay. So I'm going to proceed with caution,
Absolutely.
eyeing for a green orb, and also being careful with my step to not initiate an avalanche of
Yes.
pebbles.
What a clever thing to do. You take a few tentative steps on these pebbles and quickly realize, Integrity, just how precariously they are balanced. As if anyone trying to move with any haste across these pebbles would cause them all to collapse like a landslide. Potentially, if someone was to be on them, potentially covering them in pounds upon pounds of pebbles, crushing them to death. And you step slowly across the pebbles. Make a perception check for me.
I can do that.
Or an investigation check, rather, since we are looking around the full room. Paddle boy, I apologize. You might also make the investigation check
With your small cone of vision.
with your small cone of vision.
17. 13 plus 4.
Paddle boy.
Investigation.
Yes.
6. I rolled a 10, and he has -4 to intelligence.
Oh my gosh.
That tracks.
Integrity Idleberry, you feel look to your left onto your shoulder and see Paddleboy mimicking, looking out onto the horizon as if they were a seafarer. Unfortunately, they see nothing of note. You, Integrity Idleberry, on the edge of this room and on the walls a little bit, you see glints of eyes watching, little rats or rodents of some sort, perhaps. A slight glow emanating from above. That jade ring casts an eerie green glow across the room, though. Luckily, as you maneuver your way through this pile of pebbles, you do see further up on the main pile a slight yellow glow, only noticeable due to the darkness of the room, from an orb which is sitting on just the underneath. Like, there is a single small layer of pebbles on top of it, almost as if they had shifted and begun to swallow it into this mountain of pebbles.
Okay.
So if you are able to make it up that slope and grab it without causing any further shifting, you'll be perfectly fine.
I've held it before.
Yes, you have.
How heavy is it?
They aren't incredibly heavy. Less than 5 pounds, easily. I would say 2 pounds at the most is what I'd be willing to give.
Like a good fruit.
Like a good fruit. Like a heavy softball. like a snowball you filled with batteries. So to
Like a
injure the other
ridiculously
people.
large
Okay,
tennis ball.
why batteries?
Is this an experience you've had?
What?
This very much makes it sound like this is an experience you've had.
What would you like
Okay.
to do, Integrity? We might be entering into a fun territory in mere moments,
Uh-oh.
depending on how you would like to proceed.
I just want to clarify.
Uh-huh.
Mage hands cannot carry stuff.
Mage hands can carry things. Read the spell for us, why don't you? It's been 160 episodes since we've used it. Why don't you read it?
It just says when you cast Mage Hand, you can make the spectral hand invisible.
That's because you're an arcane trickster.
Would you
That's not
like
the actual
me
spell.
to read it?
Ben, if you have the
Yes,
spell on hand, that
please.
would be brilliant.
I do have the spell on hand. What wizard doesn't have this spell?
A good spell.
A spectral floating hand appears at a point you choose within range. The hand lasts for the duration or until you dismiss it as an action. The hand vanishes if it is ever more than 30 feet away from you, or if you cast the spell again. Can't activate magical items or carry more than 10 pounds.
Okay.
Perfect. And yours just happens to be invisible, Integrity?
Yes. So,
Yes.
I'm going to use my Mage Hand to grab it. But again, I'm going to do this carefully. Sort of
Yes.
think of like Jenga. or
Of
something.
course. You... Okay. Let's make some fun. Oh,
Uh-oh.
I would also like to add something
of course.
as
Feel
like a
free.
cautionary thing.
A cautionary measure, of course. I welcome such things.
Luke, stop, please.
Are there any things protruding from the wall?
No, it's smooth.
No.
The things protruding from the wall have eyes and are watching you.
Okay.
Gross.
Well, I guess I can't have that. I'm just gonna go by Mage Hand, and I'm going to
Okay.
not hold my dagger and be prepared to crawl out if ever.
So you put both of your daggers away?
I'm gonna hold a J dagger, but I'm gonna keep.
Okay.
But I'm gonna stow away.
Wonderful. We're gonna enter into a skill check quickly.
Oh,
Or a
no.
skill challenge. Sorry.
Oh, dear.
There will be two participants, Paddle Boy and Integrity Idleberry.
Okay.
You must get 4 successes to succeed. Okay?
Okay.
Oh, that's not good.
It's not good. So you would like to use your mage hand to go and pluck the orb of might from underneath a small layer of other pebbles. Is there a particular skill you would like to roll for that, Integrity? I was thinking either Arcana or Sleight of Hand.
Let's do sleight of hand.
Perfect. Give me a Sleight of Hand check then.
I'm so nervous. 16 plus 9. 25.
The invisible hand is conjured in the air. You've climbed just high enough onto this pile of pebbles that you can reach within that 30 feet, and a invisible magical hand carefully picks up one pebble and places it to the left, carefully picks up another pebble, places it to the right, and then, as if you are playing the orb equivalent of Operation, reaches in to grab a yellow 4-inch diameter orb and carefully extracts it. 2 or 3, 4 or 5, 6 or 7 pebbles do begin to slide down as it is pulled from its place, and you fear for a moment, Integrity, and stand there like a cat who has been caught stealing from the garbage. But then when the pile does not collapse, you pull that spectral hand back towards you.
I definitely stopped breathing there.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna die.
You've gained 1 success. Congrats. Paddle Boy, you have blind sight, yes?
Yeah.
So that means anything within 30 feet. Or is it blind sight 30 feet? Sorry.
60 feet.
60 feet. Anything within 60 feet you can see. Is that correct?
I believe that's what blind sight does, yes.
Perfect. And outside of that range, you are blind. As your liege uses her fantastical magics outside of your understanding and cognition to retrieve some object of desire, your little radar, as you're watching her back, goes blip blip as you see a small creature come into your field of view, carefully crawling up sneakily towards the two of you. It seems to be an oversized beast of a sort, Paddle Boy. It has 2 beady little eyes that sheen off of any light, and in its forehead is a small, translucent kind of glass structure through which you can see a glowing little brain. It seems, if you knew anything about rodents, you would look at this and say, oh, that's an oversized kind of rat of a sort. But what's that on its forehead? Why can I see its head?
It's a camera.
Nonetheless, this little creature seems to be coming to do something. As you look around, you see many other beady eyes also encroaching now that Integrity has turned her back on them. What do you do to save us? What skill do you use?
The little paddle boy who could is going to slide down Integrity very slowly and place himself between Integrity and this beast.
This large beast. It is probably 2 times Paddle Boy's size, just to be clear. It's a big rat, like oversized rat. Make an intimidation check. Is that what you want to do?
Well, no. He was just gonna
like. Tell me what skill you'd like to use.
I think Paddle Boy is gonna whack it.
Oh, you're gonna try to whack it. Make
With
an
the ball?
athletics check then. Ooh, with the ball?
Yeah, with the ball. He's gonna use
Okay.
the ball and smack it.
What skill is that? Would you like to use?
I have no idea what that would be.
My heart says athletics or intimidation, because you're trying to beat this creature off and show that you're a threatening paddle who is not to be trifled with.
Both options are terrible. So I guess we'll have to go with athletics
Okay, perfect.
because it's the least terrible of the 2 choices. Cool, that's a 7.
Integrity, you feel a slide on your back as you manipulate your spectral hand towards you, and Paddleboy runs away and he jumps in the air and tries to belly check his little bouncy ball towards this rat creature, but ends up just like you do like a jump and try to bump it with your paddle tummy, and you just kind of like crinkle onto the ground like a paddle who has just fallen, as you do not have the physical wherewithal to be able to do this, nor is your rope, like the little elastic, actually long enough to hit that rat with. So you do just clatter against the ground a couple of times. Integrity, you hear the clattering of a paddle behind you on the ground, and for a second you worry, oh my god, did Paddleboy just disanimate? And you look back to see him fully animate and just tumbling down the ground. And also like 6 or 7 large rats beginning to make their way towards you. Paddleboy, you fall at the feet of one of these rats, and it looks down at you and picks you up with its 2 little hands.
Oh my gosh.
Integrity, you see your companion taken captive, and multiple rats approaching from all around.
Multiple rats are approaching your location.
At this
What
point,
skill would
what's
you
the
like to use?
status of
Yes. The orb is you firmly have it in your hand.
Okay.
It feels nice to the touch. Not too warm, not too cold.
Leave Paddleboy for dead.
Oh my god.
That's the voice coming from the orb. Leave it for dead.
Okay. I am going to cast
Oh,
Silent Image
interesting.
to try and distract the rats away from me. The image appears at a spot within range and lasts for the duration. It could be an image of an object, a creature, or some other visible phenomenon. It's purely visual, no sound, no smell, no other sensory effects.
Okay, so what does it look like? What illusion do you conjure, Integrity?
Oh boy.
As you feel these rats approaching you, you feel the pebbles sliding ever so more.
So I've never seen these rats before? Like these?
They do not look, no, they do not
Okay.
look like rats you've seen, unless the rats you've seen are the size of small cats with windows to see their brains.
And I'm assuming that the reason why they want to come to me is because of the shiny thing that's with me.
That is an assumption you can make.
The illusion is a friend of theirs.
A friend of theirs. Another
Like,
rat.
Another rat
Yes.
that is like a prettier version of them.
Oh, okay.
And
Prettier.
I'm assuming that like they're a pact and they like to go together. So I'm going
That seems
to
to be the case. Yes.
I'm going to make a rat-looking thing that is sparkly.
So a sparkly rat appears further up the pile?
Somewhere
Or
where
just-
they can see. Because I'm going to make
okay.
it run away and
And
hope that they will follow it.
Make a deception check for me. Or an animal handling check, whichever one you feel is more appropriate.
Well, both
As-
suck.
As a glimmery large rat shows up and begins to scamper illusorily along the pebbly pile.
Okay, let me deceive them. Perfect. I got 14 plus 2. 16.
So a 16?
Yes.
I apologize. I am making this way harder than it should be.
It's beautiful. So you see Paddleboy gripped tightly in the grasp of one of these large rats, and then you see like 6 others approaching you, their mouths chittering like they are going to jump on you and eat you or something. Who knows what rats do? And so you conjure a glimmery, shiny rat who begins to run across the pebbles. When you do so, Integrity Idleberry, every rat in this room is startled badly by this. They do not seem to enjoy it. It seems to just catch them off guard, and they are startled. And so the one holding Paddleboy drops Paddleboy and just pushes with all its little rat body to run and scamper away, as do all these other rats. You feel
Can
the
I
pebbles
react?
You feel the pebbles underfoot shift as these little rats push. There seems to be more than 6 of them. They were just off in the darkness further.
Oh my
And you
gosh.
hear the scuttling of upward, like teens of rats scampering away, and feel this giant pebbly pile begin to shift and fall. there seems to be a small pebbly avalanche which
Yes.
has begun.
Uh-oh.
And you
I
feel
can
your
see
own
that.
feet sinking slightly into the pebbles.
Okay.
You see Paddle Boy, you see him almost become the pebbles look as if they are about to swallow him up in their gaping pebbly maw, never to be seen again, as he will be crushed under the weight of many skipping stones. What do you do, Integrity Idleberry? You've failed the skill challenge. This is just to escape without getting incredibly harmed.
Yes.
By the way,
I'm going to
Leave
start.
leave him behind.
I'm
Save
going-
yourself.
I'm going to start running towards the hallway,
yes,
and it's okay.
Paddle
let
Boy's
me-
on the way. He's slightly out of the way. So if you wanted to grab him, it would be like a 20-foot diversion, and then you would be back on the path.
Ooh.
You pull your feet up and try to get some speed as you're going, but the pebbles are shifting quickly. You hear a great commotion from behind you. You know that if you remain here and are too slow, that you will probably be crushed, maybe never to be found, Integrity.
Okay, I'm just gonna run. I'm gonna go for it. I'm going to.
You're just gonna leave him?
It's the right choice.
Yeah, because I can't cast a spell or use something while I'm running,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So I
Make
can't
an
be using-
athletics check for me, just to get out of
Goodbye,
here.
Paddle Boy.
Goodbye, Paddle Boy. You were a good
Rip.
companion.
15 plus 5, 20.
Okay. Integrity,
not
you
20.
look at Paddle Boy for 2 moments, his hands reaching out as he is swallowed by pebbles.
No.
as if he wants-
I want to
Oh,
say
Ben,
like
yes.
I want to say like as Integrity reaches the hallway and like turns around, like she just sees like in slow motion Paddle Boy is getting like swamped by like pebbles.
Oh,
but
yes.
like for Paddle Boy, he closes his eyes and smiles, and then he's absolutely buried, and you can hear
Yes.
wood snapping.
You just hear the snapping of wood. Integrity, as you run by, you see him swallowed, and you just think to yourself, like, it's what he would have wanted as you rush towards the exit. You see, like, 2 rats get completely caught. You're, like, being pushed almost towards the edge. So, like, the fundamental thing here is if you're not fast enough, these pebbles will just cascade and crush you and push you against the edge of this room, and you scamper and, like, jump through that hallway and land on your stomach and roll a little bit, dust flying up into the air. You look back as pebbles pour slightly in after the imminent collapse in the past room, and you hear snap, 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 the splintering of wood coming out from that room as you've left your companion for dead.
I'm still running, just so you know. Like,
And so Integrity just, oh, that sucks, stands up and continues running up the stairs.
Like, no. I think like it's the adrenaline where
Yes,
get
of
as far
course.
away as I can.
Okay.
And just like try to like be blank about the fact
Of
that the
course.
companion just died.
Of course.
She can cry about it later.
Mm. And so you run back up to the very top of this staircase, much faster than you descended. You can kind of, if you would like to say, are you going to leave the undercampus? Is that your intention? You have
Yes.
the orb.
Like I'm probably
Perfect.
I don't know if this is possible, but I'm going to like even from that shelf where the door is, I'm just going to try and jump onto the hole where
Yes.
where we
Absolutely.
fell.
Just a nice-
like Indiana Jones.
Yes, like a big standing jump across this crevice.
Crevasse?
You jump mightily, Integrity, and land just teetering on the edge. You're about to fall back, and you windmill your arms, and you fall forwards onto the ground, the safe ground of the undercampus. You hear the clattering of stones beneath you as that avalanche of pebbles still continues. And you can walk calmly back towards the elevator, which will bring you to the surface. Serenep Cinderman,
Hi.
where do you go after your conversation with Philip Maisel? After your kiss and declaration of love for him?
I think that she would have because she doesn't feel okay just kind of leaving him there. I think she would try to like get him to go back to his room or something, like because like she worries.
Yes.
And
Before you leave that courtyard, he like embraces you so tightly. And then
I embrace him too.
And then he like pats your hair gently and will kind of part ways with you so that if anyone runs into him, it seems like you were not together, and slowly make his way back to the dormitories as well.
So I think in that case she would stay
Mm.
for a little bit
Mm.
And
Excellent.
okay.
Are you going to stay on campus, or do you want to walk around and ruminate on your kind of thoughts, Serenep?
I like how you said you want to stay on campus. Like, nah, fuck, I'm leaving. Bye. I think she's going to kind of wander just because
Excellent.
like so much is happening.
Excellent. Perfect. You
Shit.
wander in the early hours of the morning, the snow still falling on campus. You walk through a lonely set of pathways, through buildings covered in light dustings of snow, a place that you're very familiar with, but now, given the weather, feels a little alien. It's nice. And you hear creaky wheels bumping along cobblestone pathways, and can look through across a small clearing and see a dress-clad person pushing a big stretcher almost with an unconscious woman on it. As you see Mira Marchand in the midnight hours pushing Angelica Lindman's unconscious body in an infirmary bed across the campus, pausing every now and again to dodge like the odd crow mercantile workers who are still wandering about working on things.
Out of context is very funny.
Out of context is quite funny.
I'm going to cast a message
Absolutely.
to
What'd you say?
Mira.
The fuck?
Yes. Oh no, to Angelica.
Wake up!
You cast a
Yo,
message.
you're being...
What would you like to say to her?
What are you doing?
Oh, and then I'm going to think back in my head. Oh, hey, Serenep. I'm bringing Angelica up to my room. It's a very long story. What are you doing up this late? Here, come over here. But help me dodge people. I need help getting her up the stairs.
I can cast invisibility on you, and I can carry her. Like, what are you? Okay.
Okay,
She gets up and
let's do it.
She could like. I think I imagine she was like behind something. She kind of like jumps over it and kind of goes over like
Beeline straight to Mira walking through this small field, and can cast you can. So you're gonna put Angelica Lindman on your back and cast invisibility
goes
on yourself and Mira.
Angelica's floating.
Angelica's floating on your back. Angelica's a carried item at this point. She gets to be invisible.
yeah. I have carried her everywhere now.
Or you could cast it as a higher level spell, nonetheless. Leaving a very visible, in blatant view, infirmary bed in the middle of the pathway. The two of you are invisible now, however.
Hey, so what are you doing up? Because I have a lot of shit to tell you.
Her face is still red. Oh, wait, you can't see her. Never fucking mind. Ignore me. Mira.
Vibes.
You get the vibes that her face is red.
You can hear the
was
snot
Mira-
in her voice.
I'm an empath. I know the vibes.
Oh my god.
I was about to say, was Mira there when Philip kissed her cheek just that day? I don't remember.
Yes.
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 You feel that exact vibe.
Also, we were there when you admitted with via truth potion that you had a crush on Philip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I also overheard the entire conversation earlier today.
I imagine. So I know I haven't really conveyed it, but I definitely feel like Serenep has a Philip voice. You know what I mean? Like when she talks about a certain someone, like her voice just gets a certain way. Like, oh well, I was looking outside.
Oh.
But, okay.
What happened?
So, I don't know what kind of ending you're looking for. But we talked.
Mira, there's a crack in the voice when Serenep says talked.
I hear it.
We talked about everything happening recently. And we kissed.
You what? Oh my god! Stop, I need to be quiet. You kissed! Serenep, you kissed Philip! Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Oh, and so did you told him and he told you. Oh my god.
Well, I mean, yes, we but like, obviously with everything happening right now, but like,
you're in an arranged marriage with a prince, I know it, but you kissed Philip. You kissed him.
I don't even know what my hands were doing at that moment. Like my brain just sort of like went into a different.
It just happened.
It just
right.
Yeah.
Right? Oh Oh my gosh. So you two are still gonna try to like work stuff out.
I am determined at this point because, like,
Mhm.
you know what? I have given up a lot of things in my life, and this is something I don't want to give up.
Yeah.
And
Fuck that. Fuck giving up Philip.
but you know, like the whole like society thing, and so it's more difficult than that. But like, I mean, like we've reached the first steps.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the kissing. Yes.
Okay, you're making me way more like giddy and embarrassed right now. Okay, so like your energy is kind of flying off on me. Why are you kidnapping Angelica?
Oh, so Alla Algrim, Lady of the Woods, threatened to kill me if I wasn't her attendant, so now I'm her attendant.
Cool.
So okay, so wait, does that mean that she knows like
Yeah, so the stuff that we told Adeline about Nesca. So I sort of vaguely alluded to stuff with the progenitor, but I didn't specifically say the progenitor or the orbs. But she knows about Empress Terrassus, she knows about Nesca, she knows about the orchid dust, but I didn't say that Delmas had it. So there's that. Basically, she was like, oh, I want to live forever. I'm interested in Shiora. Come report to me once a year and just write me letters and tell me about Shiora. And if you don't, Adeline will kill you. And I was like, cool, that's really not much of a choice you're giving me here. But can you still pay mine and Delmas and Winslow's tuition? And she was like, yeah. And that's why you can't see it right now. But there's glowing stuff on my face because her hair is gold, actual literal gold, which I did not know was a thing. So that's a thing now, I guess.
What a bomb to drop.
So wait. So why? Okay, all of that information. We've both been having just kind of crazy nights.
Yeah. No
So
kidding.
why are you again kidnapping Angelica?
Yes. So she was basically like, okay, Angelica's not getting better. It's too public, so you have to figure out something to do with her. Also said that in a vaguely threatening way. So I was like, okay, I will take care of Angelica. So I guess she's coming to my house for the week off. And I guess she's also coming to Troyal.
Oh.
Which is very weird. Did you ever watch that play Week at Bernard's? I think we might have to do a little bit of a that situation with her.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Okay. Is that okay? That's a lot. But
I know, right? I don't.
and like obviously, if my parents
do
were,
we have to feed her? Like I don't. How do we get her to eat?
would I have learned anything?
Serenep, yes.
From
Angelica has a gray wool blanket that has been on her that prevents her from dying of starvation or dehydration. And so long as you keep that on her, she'll be fine.
What a lovely
Buddy,
yes.
Phil.
So
That's
piece
bad.
of technology.
That was now that is a stolen good from the infirmary. They don't have infinite supply of those, but you have that now.
Listen, it's kind of necessary.
Yeah, I think so. So from when I was helping take care of Philip and everything, this cloak, from what like the clinic worker explained to me, basically as long as she's wearing this cloak, this like blanket or such, like she's good when it comes to like not dying from like starvation and dehydration, that kind of stuff. Like
That's good.
she's fine there, so we don't have to worry about that. Obviously, if my parents weren't coming today, I would say like put her in my room, like my bed's
No,
insane.
No
like
worries.
just like
Yeah, no, I'll keep her at mine. Alina died. I don't think Angelica being here is the most of her concerns right now. In all honesty.
well, I mean, like, no offense, but like your room's also pretty small. Like putting a whole
It
new
is.
body into the room would take up more space. So what I am offering here is, and plus like people can't really go into my room very often, so it's on like it's more secluded. So like if need be, like after my parents are gone, we can like lay her out there.
Okay, perfect. And is that going to be a problem with the guard situation? You really seemed like you were being led away there. Did you sneak out?
It wasn't really a needed of sneaking. He was asleep.
Mess. Okay, well,
The two of you walk back towards the dormitories, invisible, through a window, and
Oh,
Serenep
no.
says he was asleep. You both just hear an obnoxious snoring coming from the nobles' floors, the advanced students' dormitory floors. You both can part ways. Mira, you taking Angelica and putting her on your back and marching over, and Serenep returning quickly to your dormitory. But Integrity Idleberry.
Yes.
Young Integrity Idleberry, you have a moment to think while you're in that elevator rising up from the undercampus, your thoughts might linger on having 3 orbs now. Your thoughts might linger on almost being crushed by pebbles, and the fact that your stalwart companion was in fact crushed to obliteration by pebbles. The paddle boy lived for mere minutes, mere moments, and yet has left a profound impact upon you. Or maybe not. It's an inanimate object.
Depends on how you see it.
Depends on how you see it. I'm not here to talk for you, Integrity. I'm just here to tell you that when that elevator, that stone, essentially floor, raises up and deposits you once more back onto campus, and you step out into the space between greenhouses, a voice will say, "Nice night for a walk, isn't it?" And you might turn to see someone, maybe a familiar face, sitting on the little stone kind of banister where from the greenhouses you can overlook the lower sections of campus. They are an elf with reddish hair. They look pale. You saw them the other night at Artist Artesian's house. And before Mira quickly ushered them away.
This bitch.
Oh, no.
And as you look, Aelin. As you look at him, and with kind of like your jaw clenched, he'll repeat once more, "I said it's a nice night for a walk, isn't it, Warlock?"
Are you talking to me?
Oh, no.
And that's where I think we'll end this episode.
Oh, no.
Carla,
No!
can you hit us with that? Oh, sorry then. You've talked too much. Ben, can you do an outro for us?
Sure, I can do the outro this time. Thank you, everybody, for listening to this episode of Trials and Trebuchets. I'm scared, by the way. I imagine a lot of people are, too.
I hope so.
If you like this episode, please leave a rating and review on our Apple Podcasts. We love hearing from you. We read all the reviews. We take everything to heart, so please be nice.
Ain't that the truth?
We also have social media pages for Twitter and Instagram. At Trials and Trebs is our handle. You can check out some cool art that gets posted there, teasers for upcoming episodes, lots of interesting TNT content that people like you would love to enjoy.
Yes.
We also have a link to our Discord server in the description of this episode below.
It's
you
true.
can click that link and basically enter a realm where you can chat with a bunch of lovely folk.
Chatting.
It's very good. You get lots of cool interactions there.
Yes, it's quite fun.
We also have a Patreon for those who are thinking to be a little bit more generous than just simply listening. By going to our Patreon, you can essentially donate to us, and basically that gets you extra content such as bloopers, DM notes, maps. You might even have the chance to get a student NPC to appear on the show.
Yeah.
It's all good stuff. Additionally, we also have a store.
Trabmerch.com.
You can buy lots of cute little stickers and also a shirt. Maybe check it out if you like.
There's 2 shirts, a black shirt and a white shirt. I'm wearing the black shirt. It's really comfy.
They're very
sweaty.
nice.
Okay. Yeah. Go buy some merch. Support us on Patreon if you can. Thanks everyone for listening to this episode. It was long and we rehashed one of the worst puzzles in the history of the show. And I can't wait
We love a
to
good retcon.
hurt people next week.
Please stop.
Bye until then. Bye.
Bye.
I was almost hurt this week.